kitchen. This time we're making a mix between a frittata and a quiche. So we're calling it a quitata. First, what we're going to do is get our potatoes prepped. I have a mandolin here, and I have 2 regular russet potatoes. I'm going to run them through. The mandolin is going to allow me to get very, very thin slices. Welcome back, Miss Angel, the lovely Angel, as the camera person. She's behind the camera, taking care of everything. Hello. She's been there the entire time that we've been recording these videos. And she's been silent, but today she's speaking. Say hi, Miss Angel.
Hi, Miss Angel.
Silly. Got them rinsed. Now I need to get them dried, and I'll show you how to line up the potatoes. So now our potatoes are clean, semi-dry. We're going to add them to a hot pan. First, we're going to add a little bit of butter. Just a little bit for some flavor. And then to that, we're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. You want to make sure you get it swirled around because of the way we're putting this in here. We don't want it to stick anywhere. Okay. Next, we're going to begin layering our potatoes around the pan, overlapping. Miss Angel, if you want to come get a shot of this. And we're just going to continue to go around the sides of the pan, overlapping. Now I'm going to do another layer. And just keep going around and around until you use up either your potatoes or you fill in all your space. It'll kind of look like a daisy. Now with that, I'm going to season it up. Salt and pepper. So in this pan, I have a pat of butter, and I just added about a teaspoon of the olive oil. I'm going to add to it about 1/4 of a cup of diced onion. And we're doing something a little different also with the egg mixture. I'll tell you about that in just a second. I made it for Miss Angel just the other day, but as just an egg omelet, as an omelet, and she thought something was wrong with me. Next, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic. Garlic in with the onions. And the aroma in this room is just going to
Smells divine.
Yeah. Next we're going to add just a little bit of diced red pepper for color. But we're not going to add it yet. We want our onions and our garlic to come alive first.
It also adds to the depth of flavor.
It does add to the depth of flavor. Thank you, Miss Angel. Meanwhile, let's get our egg batter ready to go. And for this, I'm using 5 eggs. Okay. We're going to hit that with some salt. Come back to those onions. And we're going to hit it with some pepper. Okay. Grab a fork. We're just going to whip them together real quick. To that, we're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. Maybe a 1/2 cup. Okay. Our onions and our garlic are starting to sing. Now we're going to add some mushrooms. Some baby bellies. And they are just going to take this dish somewhere else. Meanwhile, now this is the part where Miss Angel thought I was losing my mind. When I was a little girl, my dad would make what we used to call refrigerator omelets. He would take whatever was left over in the refrigerator and scramble it with some eggs and call it an omelet. This, I am very, very serious. One time he took some leftover spaghetti and cut it up and scrambled it in some eggs. My sister had a fit. She refused. One of his recipes was using some leftover collard greens. So I have some leftover collard greens, but I mixed them with some fried cabbage. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a handful of leftover collard greens that was cooked with some smoked turkey, and I'm going to chop it up, and I'm going to add it to our egg mixture. When he sees this, he is going to crack up. He is going to crack up. He probably doesn't think I remember it, but I remember it well. Okay, let's get a nice rough chop. It doesn't have to be fine. So you want to be able to see pieces of it in your egg mixture. Everybody's familiar with putting spinach in eggs, like a Florentine. Well, this is just using a different green. My dad knew something. Who knew? Okay. Now let's get our red pepper in there. Let that go. And while that's going, I'm going to get my collard greens mixed into my egg mixture. Okay. Now I'm using 2 types of cheese for our quitata. Right now I'm grating some Swiss. I love Swiss cheese in this dish. But I'm also going to use some American cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese floats your boat, whatever you like. It all works. So now we're going to take our eggs and we're going to pour it into right on top of our potatoes. To that we are going to add our vegetable mixture. Spread it out so you don't get clumps of one thing and one other. We're going to add our cheese. Just right on top. Get your American cheese spread around. I'm going to hit the top of it with a little bit of paprika. And then I'm going to take this whole kit and caboodle and pop it in the oven. That should take about 15 minutes for the egg to cook and for it to rise a little bit. And then it's just going to be nice and brown and gooey. It's going to be so good. Our quitata is ready. Doesn't that look beautiful? And you should be able to shake it around, meaning that it's not sticking. If you can't shake it, it's sticking somewhere. So just run your knife along the side and loosen it up. Because you want to be able to invert it onto a plate. Remember, this whole pan was in the oven, so it is extremely hot. So I'm going to try it this way, as you would invert a cake. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. We lined up the potatoes. We got them a little brown in the pan before we added all of our other ingredients. They got nice and crispy. Then we added our eggs. Oh, and don't forget, we've added my dad's hidden secret, the collard greens. We also added some good old American cheese and some Swiss cheese. Okay. We're going to add our little slice to the plate. Look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that. And we have some fresh berries. Let me move this out the way. We have some fresh berries and some grapes along with our quitata. This is a fabulous girlfriend's or anybody's brunch. So enjoy. It's not very heavy, but it's fabulous. Enjoy this next time. Bye, Miss Angel.
Bye-bye.